Hey, how are you? How's everybody doing? What's going on out there in the ether? Hear anything good? See anything good? Oh, speaking of, right? maybe. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. So, welcome. My name is Jenny Satori Davis. In case you're new, I am a shaman, energy shaman. I am an intuitive. I am, I am, right? I am hoping that you have had a wonderful string of days, holidays, off days, on days, whatever days you're into. Because, as I've talked about before, I really don't like all of that. And I don't like to even mention it and give or feed it if it's not necessary. My cat's going crazy. That man in the background is Mr. Boo Boo, and I'm sure he'll make an appearance soon, but he's just kind of shuffling around. He loves when I go on here. Um, Everything's open and ready for channeling. This is how it works. I'm not exactly bots. There is a purpose in my methods, but it might appear like I can't think or I'm forgetful or whatever it is that the news of the day is in messages and so on. Actually, I'm doing really well. I have my methods as an energy steward, and it works really well for me. And I would say that, if anything, as I've always said, if you want to improve yourself, be happy, you certainly want to kind of get rid of the things that are just told to you that do not work for you, right? And open your mind and your heart, perhaps your spirit, your Wiracocha, in some forms of shamanism. Open that up, my friends, and see if there's other avenues that you'd like to tread down, huh? For me, I love to learn as I go. My life isn't perfect, and I have always subscribed to, and I will always say, that anyone who portrays that, there's more problems there than you think, and they're really selling an image and a dream more than they're caring about how to empower you and even essentially how to empower themselves. You want to look out for that, as always, but I'm not telling you where to go and who to believe or what to believe. I am just a messenger. I sit here every time I come on, quite humbly, if I may. I don't put the filters on. I don't have the orange going. I don't have the war paint, as my science teacher used to call it. I come here because I've come here humbly, and I'm listening to spirit along with you. And whatever healing is to transpire, it's really for everybody. It goes beyond where I know, and it's always, if it's 5 people, if it's 1 people, it's always very, very important to me and sacred. Okay? So I'm trying to listen, as I'm just kind of babbling on. I'm trying to listen to see if we should start the healing first. What do you think? The healing first or some messages? Yeah, okay, healing first. So if you're new, just get ready. Just get ready. And what I mean by that is just simply relax. You can do any means of relaxation that you see fit. That's definitely important. So here we go. And I always say how, well, actually, I was saying on one of these recordings that did not take, and there's always a reason for that, but I said, I always look really weird doing this. Um, but I've gotten used to that notion. I'm not new to shamanism and energy, but I certainly am in terms of doing this on the internet. It's like I didn't even know. I mean, I knew in theory that it would work, but the first time I did it on a live broadcast, uh, I got all this feedback and I was kind of shocked too. You know, you just don't know until you try these things. But really, if this helps you, I know a lot of people tell me in private messages and so on, and they're like, oh my God. And, you know, can you help my grandma and stuff? If you don't mind, I'd like you to let me know in the comments too, or leave a heart if you don't know what to say, right? It's kind of like the energy exchange. But anyway, I'm going to continue to send and we'll be quiet. I stop when I feel the need to, so get ready for a little bit more. We're going to turn the volume up. Ready? Aha. We heard him coming. I don't know if you saw him. Okay. He's just flipping out. He loves it. He loves it. I hope you love it too. All right. So I might do more. We'll see. Um, so I think I do want to mention a little bit about what's going on out there. I mean, there's a lot. There is so much. Um, but the theme, as always, you know, for a lot of times, you know, is in fact fear, you know. And no matter what it is, that's what happens here, you know. And by the way, I just do that. It doesn't mean anything. You know, it's like amazing the things that people assume or want to project onto you, but that's another story. Um, the thing is with this fear, you know, which is another reason why people project, you know, is they just don't understand a lot. And there's coping mechanisms that occur, you know, and if you are a person in the light in any capacity, you're going to have a lot of projection, and it's really important to keep yourself in that knowing of yourself at all times, because people will try to knock you out of alignment, you know, just for sport or something. It's, I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but it's maybe somebody needed to hear that now, you know. But the thing, regardless, most of this stuff comes from a place of fear, you know. Even the cousins that I've talked about, you know, the anger, the sadness, it all manifests in different ways. A lot of it derives from fear to begin with. You're afraid of the sadness, or afraid of why you're sad, why, you know, things like that. My point being is that there's a lot of things that are unknown, including my work, you know, or people's other works and things, and that's a fear in itself for some, right? But I'm talking about the other stuff that is physical, perhaps, but not. We don't, you know, the consensus, a lot of people are saying they don't know what's in the sky. And I'm not a person who uses the news of the day. You know, I try to be very careful, and that's why I was sitting here thinking to myself, should I talk about this? Should I not? You know, it's it's really important to me to not jump on the sensationalizing, you know, and the fear mongering and the self-serving behaviors that happen when very, you know, late breaking news occurs, especially stuff that induces fear, you know. That's not, that's totally against what I believe in, you know. So I, you know, when I walk in between two different worlds, I do that physically and spiritually, where you have to have part of your brain in the logic too. And you want to look at things logically too, even if you are very, very spiritual. I think it's kind of your first look at something, because you do live here. I live here in this plane. So I guess what I'll say to this is that we're in 3D. That's what we say, right? And then we talk about getting to 5D. Very few people talk about 4D, right? 4D is the awareness that's needed in order to get to the 5D, to experience 5D. This is like the ascension people are talking about. That's a buzzword that I don't necessarily agree with, but I'm just saying so we understand. So we are 3, and you're missing the 4 sometimes, right? The 4 is the awareness, the consciousness, as they say. So if you're noticing things that are 5D, it's because you already have that 4, that awareness. What you want is to listen in that dimension, the 4th, right? Don't listen in 3, and don't necessarily believe the 5 that appears to be the 5. Stay in the 4, in your awareness, your consciousness, right? And if you haven't achieved that yet, doesn't make you less than. But think about it. If you're missing that step, you're not there. Try again. You know, don't believe others. You know, use your own abilities, your intuition, and your intelligence. Do the research. but don't forget to go to that second step. And I think I'm going to close that now. I'm running out of battery for some reason. This happened last time. So I better make it short and sweet like myself. I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye.